the tutorial for Chapter 1, Section 1, titled Solving Simple Equations, day number 1. So let's take a look at our first problem. So what we learned yesterday is that whenever we have a triangle, there are 180 degrees in any triangle. So if I take this triangle right here, or this triangle right here, no matter what type of triangle I have, they always have 180 degrees. So if I took this angle and this angle here, A, B, and C, or if I called this one D, E, and F, no matter what, A, B, and C, if I added up those angles, it would equal 180, just as the angles D, E, and F would also equal 180 degrees. So that's the triangle sum theorem that we talked about yesterday. So on this one, we're trying to find this missing angle. So all you're going to do is take all those angles and add them up, the x plus the 67 and the 56. And you're going to set that equal to 180 degrees. And so from this point, when I go ahead and add up the 67 and the 56, I end up with 123 equals 180 plus x. So this number plus this 123 is going to end up equaling 180. So to figure out what that number is, I'm going to just do an opposite operation. And that's what we're mainly working on in this chapter. It's called solving equations. And that's what we're doing here. We're solving for this unknown x. And so when I go ahead and do the subtraction and borrow a little bit, I end up with my answer of 57 degrees. So let's take a look at our next problem here. It says that we're supposed to solve and then check the solution. So in this one we've got a decimal. So the key with decimals is to remember to line up the decimal point. So whenever I do addition or subtraction, that's what I have to do. So I look at this 7/10, and it's a positive because there's no sign in front. So that's why I took away 7/10. And so again, I'm lining up the decimals and I'm subtracting. And so when they are the same sign, I end up adding the two numbers together. And this is going to give me 2 and 4 hundredths. So 4 and 0 is 4. 3 and 7 is 10, so I carried a 1 and then added the 1 and the 1 to make 2. And it's negative because when I'm adding two negatives together, that's what I get. So that's the answer. Let's just check the solution real quick. All I have to do is take that negative 2 and 4 hundredths and add it to 7/10. And so when I'm adding the negative number to a positive, I end up having to subtract. And so I subtract those two numbers, and sure enough, I end up getting this 1 and 34 hundredths. And so negative 1 and 34 hundredths. So that's what I have right here. So negative 1 and 34 hundredths equals negative 1 and 34 hundredths. And so when I do get that, it checks out, so I know it's correct. On this next one, though, I don't have an expression with just a number. It has a number and then pi next to it. So I can collect these two terms, the negative 8 pi and the pi, but I have to do an opposite operation to do that. So this is a minus 8 pi, so I'm going to end up adding 8 pi to both sides. And when I do this, I have 1 pi here. So if you don't see a number in front, which is called a coefficient, I can always put a 1 out in front of that number. That just means I have, if it's just pi, that's the same thing as 1 pi. So 1 pi and 8 pi make 9 pi. And so that's my answer there. X equals 9 pi. It makes sense because if x equals 9 pi minus 8 pi would equal just 1 pi. So if I had 9 pi's, take away 8 pi's, 1 pi is left over. And that's what I have. And so it checks out. Let's take a look at our last problem here. It says a discount concert ticket costs $14.50 less than the original price P. So the discounted price is this amount less than the original price. And so it says that you pay $53 for the discounted ticket. And so we're supposed to write and solve an equation. So we know what the discounted ticket is, $53. The one we don't know is the original price, and that's what they're asking us to find. So let's go ahead and define a variable. Let's say that the original price is P. We don't know what that is, so we're just using that variable for it. So if the original price, and if we have the original price, we take away $14.50 from that original price, we end up getting the new price, or the discounted price of $53. And so in order to solve for what that original price was, I need to do an opposite operation. I need to add $14.50. to the discounted price, and that will give me the original price, P. So when I add these two together, remember you're lining up decimals, and that makes 5/10, so 50 cents. And then adding 53 and 14 gives us $67. $67.50. That is the cost of the original price, and our writing the equation is right down here. So those are the types of problems that you're going to see on the assignment. Good luck.